Then the bowlers Oram, Adams, Bond and Tuffy. Sri Lanka, pretty formidable outfit, very strong in batting. Jayasuriya, Atapattu, Tilakaratne, Arvinder De Silva, Jayawardene, Sangakkara, Russell Arnold. So they bat deep, and then they've got bowlers Chaminda Vaas, Dilara Fernando, Muthaiya Muralidharan and Gunaratne. So New Zealand putting Sri Lanka into bat. Let's join the action at the start of play.
Stephen Fleming, the New Zealand captain, Daryl Tuffy, McMillan, Bond, Adams and Lou Vincent with the gloves today for New Zealanders. Nathan Ashfield, tall figure of Jacob Oram. Chris Harris, his 4th World Cup. And Christopher Cairns, last man out for the Kiwi side. Marvin Atapattu, stylish player, particularly strong through extra cover, mid-off region. One of the classical batsmen, 181 matches, approaching 6,000 runs. Had a very good average of almost 38. And his highest score, 132. Sri Lanka are underway. They push for 2, and Atapattu will come back. He'll have to scamper. Does well. Gathered by Lou Vincent, so good running.
So Sri Lankans in the past haven't been great between the wickets. Their running has left something to be desired of, but this pair, particularly Atapattu and Jayasuriya, have batted well together for some time, and they run very well between wickets.
288 matches, 8,645 runs, average over 30, and his best score 189. Oh, mix up. If it hits no one at the stumps, overthrows. So New Zealand had a chance. The communication was not there from either side, but Sri Lanka will profit. And they'll get 4.
Plenty of hesitation out there in the middle. Jayasuriya sort of waited for Fleming to try and get his hands to it, and there was hesitation. But the thrower had to take his chances at the non-striker's end. There is no one backing up. Or there you are.
Shane Bond. Oh, what a catch. What a brilliant catch. And New Zealand have broken through. Scott Styris. Superb pair of hands.
The New Zealanders certainly have done their homework. They know that Atapattu likes to flick around that area, and that at times uppishly. Came in very, very short, sharp. And Atapattu looking to try and play it wide of Styris. Great catch by him.
Atapattu goes. First wicket. And what a great catch here. Reaction catch because it was timed. Intentional shot, Styris onto it like a flash. One of the keys goes Atapattu for 6. It is 23 for 1. Hashan Tilakaratne at 3 for Sri Lanka. First ball of the 6th over. New Zealand have broken through. Now there's a lot of experience here too. 189 matches. What a top order full of it. Gone fine. And it'll go for 4. Bad line, punished leg buys. I'll take them all.
You really need to be consistent on the line, particularly the early overs. Just trying slightly down the leg side. Tilakaratne got a little bit of bat to that as well.
Oh, beautifully timed off the back foot. Let's test the pace of the outfield, which is pretty quick. And it goes all the way. It made pace. Lovely piece of timing.
Oh, sweetly played by Jayasuriya. You could see that Jayasuriya is oozing in confidence. He's got everything right, but behind the line, and struck it beautifully through the offside. Certainly got that mindset to punish anything which is short and wide, but Tuffy wasn't all that short, but he doesn't have the pace really to bother someone like Jayasuriya when he gets behind the line and plays in that fashion.
One thing we know already, this is a very good pitch. You play with freedom off the back foot like that. An edge. Not given. New Zealanders cannot believe this one either. It hasn't been a good first half hour for the appeals, not for the fielding side.
The New Zealanders were quite certain. They all went up in unison, but Jayasuriya really didn't play a shot to that. And umpire Neil Malander was equally certain that it didn't touch. Certainly was a sound around.
Well, this is, as he'll tell us, it looks like to me it's brushed the top of the surface of the bat as it's gone past.
Not there. Bang. He is so strong there.
Oh, the shot of the match for me already. Beautiful shot. Short and wide. Back foot across, balance. Didn't he hit that pure? A little bit in the air there. And it's very, very quick. And that's the type of shot to get his innings flowing. He's got 3 boundaries. He's there. And a back foot across. Great technique.
I watched a lot of Sri Lankan cricket and I've seen that many, many times. 99 times out of 100 it goes for 4. More runs. Again with Daryl Tuffy, a couple of appeals turned down, and suddenly it's turned around. 46 for 1.
Just a flick of the wrist. Look at that. Almost a left-handed Barry Richards there. Just to play this shot a bit. Just watch the follow through the hands. Bang, just a little flick.
Now, there he is, just to prove us wrong. Monster boundary, long chase, ball wins.
Shazam, touch of the gloves. Oh, and he is away for me. Look at this, look at the seam, well bowled. And he hits it through there, and he's not strong there, as we know that. You've seen a lot of him, Barry, haven't you?
So much Jayasuriya, won't worry about that. He'll go on the other side.
Well, that one had nuts and topping on it. Oh, gee, that was delicious, wasn't it, for him? It stood up, it just belted it. The Sri Lankan fans loved it. Short, he realised the pitch is up, and look at the follow-through. Just great technique, good balance. For all the young kids who are watching the game, just the way he followed through, and his body was pointing to where he wanted to hit the ball. Just watch his feet. He hits it, and swivels around, and that's where the ball he wants to go.
That's that. Short, wide, and not particularly quick either.
Oh, what a shot, the power. It wasn't that wide, but free flow of the bat. Honestly, there's about 15 people there, and he still gets it through. Have a look at this for the placement. Well, he hit it so hard, the reaction there was Stephen Fleming. Well, there wasn't any. That's 4. Well, maybe Vittori should have been playing now.
In the air, and 4 again. That's a nightmare start for Adams. Jayasuriya races to 50. 9 fours.
.45 balls too. Look at that strike rate, 115.6. Probably a little bit lucky to be there. He did nick one behind, I believe, but in my opinion, but by G, he's played well now. A big one is beckoning here, Barry. His highest score here in South Africa is 140. Look at that in the air. They said catch it. Well, the crowd were more likely to get it than the fielders.
He's gone again. Now, what is Stephen Fleming going to do about this? But more importantly, what's Andre Adams going to do about this? Not all that wide, but enough at that pace. Jayasuriya seeing the ball so well. He's got the trifecta of the first 3 balls. 4-4-4.
Well, it was like a rifle shot. Bang, and the placement there, the guys are just looking at it. His placement is just unbelievable. The balance, free flow of that might be a time to bowl maybe around the wicket.
Thrashed. Well, this is a big chase for McMillan. He can't do it. He can't cut it off. Yeah, there's a long hit in that direction. The timing is just amazing.
Certainly was exquisite, the timing. It really sped away. It's carried to the boundary. That was a long shot, a long boundary in itself. Plenty of ground to cover. But as you see, the ball just hurrying through and beating the fielder down there.
Crashing over the top. Oram could get to this. He won't. One bounce for. Well, the heads and the hands and everything is looking a bit dismayed there from a New Zealand point of view. That was in the air for a long time.
It certainly was. I think Oram was caught up in two minds. He was not quite sure whether he was going for the catch or going to stop the boundary. He decided on the second option, but I really thought he may have looked at making a little bit more effort on the catch.
There's a gap. Go to the fence and get 3. And up comes the 100 for Sri Lanka. 10 extras in the total of 100. 69 from 69, a strike rate of 100 also for Jayasuriya. Atapatu, the valuable scalp, 6 from 17. Down the leg side, Vincent can't cut it off. And that'll race to the fence. Off the bat.
Yes, this really is inexcusable when it comes from someone of Andre Adams' pace. Really need to try and get your line right, and Tilakaratne gets a little bit of bat, and when you do that, you're in business. It eludes diving Lou Vincent. There's nothing much the wicketkeeper could do.
Now that's well picked up. That's an effortless strike by Jayasuriya. In fact, by Tilakaratne, just launching into it and hitting it over the infield. So the runs continuing to flow.
Well, welcome to the crease, Chris Harris. I think they've targeted him. I reckon that he's the one that they can get after on this wicket.
That's powered away on the onside. Short delivery, picked it up well. So nice way to end the over. 134 for 1.
There's a little bit of bar play going on here. Jayasuriya is trying to conserve his energy with every run. He's trying not to do anything. In fact, walking if he can. And New Zealanders have picked up on this, and they are sprinting to the ball and making him complete every run on the run.
He might have a tummy bug, something like that. But to me, he looks like he's dehydrated for sure.
Over the top. The 4, that's beautifully placed, then he's done it again. He is a wonderful player, and what a way to start the tournament. A champion.
Fantastic, wasn't it? Brilliant. His 16th one-day international. He's 4th against New Zealand. He's 1st in the World Cup, and there's nothing better than the captain getting runs, is there?
There we go. Did you say Tora? Well, there's the first part of it.
Well, he's just going to pick on poor old Scotty Storris here. Here it is here, the slower delivery. He's picked it, and he made his mind up before that ball was bowled there. There's no doubt about it. Premeditated, and he's hitting to his strengths now. Down the ground. Where else would he be looking now? It will be interesting to see what Fleming does here. Now what will he do?
He'll hit him straight. So that's Tora on the come.
Just great batting. Class. He's just picking out targets on the boundary where he wants to hit it now. 15 boundaries now. Oh!
Streaky, and that will be 4 more. They'll never cut that off. They don't have fielder there. That's a huge over for Sri Lanka. 50 for Tilakaratne. The party just continues. It's 184 for 1.
Gone, he's gone. Given LBW, Astel's the one. Brilliant piece of bowling, nice and straight, but it ends one of the most courageous innings this captain's played for a long, long time. He really has played well. Straight after drinks, New Zealand needed that break, but by G, that was one of the best knocks he's ever played, and to back up another brilliant 100 from Lara, we've got Jayasuriya's backed up a brilliant 100 here.
LBW to Nathan Astle, 125 deliveries, simply outstanding in the heat and the last 40 minutes or so under real pressure. It's 193 for 2. Mahala Jayawardene is the new player for Sri Lanka, so Aravinda De Silva will be waiting a little bit longer. 132 matches for just a relatively young man. He's an outstanding talent. He really is. And he comes in because the captain is gone. We'll just see where it pitches for a start. Pitches middle and leg, and it's going straight on to hit middle, about halfway up.
Oh, that's got to be very close. And given him. It takes a long time to give guys out, but the second LBW of the match, and Adams, or Grizzly Adams, is known to his teammates, gets a successful breakthrough.
Well, he didn't look too happy, Mahala Jayawardene. I don't say any batsmen are ever that happy, particularly when they're just come to the crease. But it has to be said, he did turn and look back at the stumps, but I'm not sure. It's probably more out of disappointment than anything else. I don't think he got any bat on it. It certainly rattled into the pad first, and that's pretty close. Behind the crease line, there he goes for 1. It's 196 for 3. 299 matches, 9,000 runs, 34.95. He, over the years, has been regarded amongst the very best.
Not 2 big overs there. 16 plus, one from Oram. Disappeared everywhere. It's milk and honey for Aravinda. Into the pads. Thank you very much.
Well, delicately played, as you see. He's just got enough bat to see that the ball would sort of get between the wicketkeeper and fine leg, who's rather square there. That's again the experience of the man.
Won't please the skipper. And follows it up. Oh, that's a handy shot. It's got through. Long chase. And will it just get there? I think, apart from the fielder, the next happiest man was Aravinda. 38 overs gone, 210 for 3. And that's out. Just not coming on for Aravinda. Not the big stride in which you need on wickets like this. You've got to be precise with the footwork. That out in front of the leg. Paid the penalty.
It's a little bit of pressure put on De Silva. The boundaries weren't coming as easily, and looked to take their route. Looked to go up over the short extra, and just managing to find the tall man there. It's a good catch. Timed it well. So De Silva departs. Sri Lanka 213 for 4.
And now we've got the young left-hander. Can he emulate his skipper? Now that'll be a couple. Might even go all the way. It's a long chase for Chris Cairns. He's not going to get there. Beautifully placed by Tilakaratne. Now that's what we need. That'll give them some impetus.
Stassel straying on that occasion, just going a little too wide, and Tilakaratne again taking his opportunity there. It's very well played again.
That's in the air and should be taken. Simple catch. Andre Adams, the catcher. Astil's taken another wicket. And in trying to push the scoring rate along, Sri Lanka losing wickets here.
Well, just no timing really for Sangakkara throughout the innings. He did his best to try and build, and they obviously decided they'd throw the switch and try and look for the boundary a bit more often in these last few overs. But absolutely couldn't get to this one at all, looking to hit it over the onside. And an outside edge flew high. Adams took a good safe catch. So Sri Lanka lose their 5th wicket. Sangakkara is on his way for 13. It's 240 for 5. Russell Arnold has been around a long time, 110 matches, average of 38, and quite a lot of those 38 average are because he bats at this time and gets a lot of not outs. Nurses aside through the last overs.
Like it, boys.
My big question, Ravi, having looked at this pitch, and you made the point about the slower bowlers, is they've got 3 spinners available to them. Will they be a big factor?
They'll be a huge factor, I reckon, Ian, especially Muralidharan. He'll get turn. He'll spin the ball on the surface. There's no doubt about it. Jayasuriya is a very handy customer in one-day internationals. And just as we speak about that, Tilakaratne seems to be in trouble. And he definitely is uncomfortable. Could be another case of cramps.
See at what point he starts to pull up pretty early on in the piece. And I think he would have made it quite safely, but as soon as he got to there, down he went. And it was obvious that he's got pretty bad cramp.
Yes, Kumar Sangakkara has come out to do the running for Hashan Tilakaratne.
Bowled him. Inside edge, and Russell Arnold has dragged it on. And that gets rid of another Sri Lankan batsman, and it's a dot ball too.
Well, Shane Bond again showing the virtues of bowling straight. When you're bowling in the final overs, you look to be bowling into block hole and straight. He's done exactly that. Bang on target with this delivery. Just getting the inside edge, looking to blaze it away through the offside. And Sri Lanka losing another wicket. Arnold departs, 256 for 6. So left-hander replaced by another left-hander. Chaminda Vas comes out to the middle, and this might just be good from Sri Lanka's point of view, because if there's anyone lower down the order who has the ability to hit the boundaries, it's Vas. That's why he's there. Arnold getting an inside edge onto his stumps.
Bolan, that was a wonderful change of pace. It really was. So far through the shot before the ball arrived. Oh, yet another breakthrough. New Zealand have done it very well here.
Yes, this is good stuff. Good variation in pace. It's a well-disguised slower delivery by Andre Adams. And Chaminda Vas, 2 minutes too early into the shot. He departs. Another wicket goes down. 263 for 7. Thaya Muralidharan comes out to the middle. Now this should be interesting. Never short of entertainment with Muralidharan at the crease. At times he has the ability to manufacture his own shots. So the final ball of the Sri Lankan innings. It's hit away on the onside. Look for two, but in the end, Seton for the single. So after 50 overs, Sri Lanka making 272 for 7. That's after New Zealand won the toss and put them in. Well, Sanat Jayasuriya, he'll be delighted with that performance. Led from the front after Sri Lanka lost an early wicket there of Atapattu, 120 from just 125 balls. He was well supported by Tilakaratne. That partnership added 170 for the second wicket, a record for Sri Lanka in World Cup cricket. But then New Zealand came back and did well to restrict Sri Lanka to a score of 272 for 7. I thought Nathan Astle there right at the bottom did a good job. 3 for 34 from his 7 overs. Jacob Oram also did a good job in spite of not picking up a wicket. 10 overs, none for 37. 2 wickets there for Bond. So the target now for New Zealand when they come out will be 273. And they've got 50 overs to get that score. The required rate just under 5.5 runs per over. This pitch still a good one for batting, so there's no reason why we shouldn't have plenty more entertainment.
There's the target then, 273, 50 overs will be bowled, 5.46. The players are out in the middle. Stephen Fleming, it's been a left-handers tournament so far. Will it continue? He's got the bat in the hand, and another left-hander's got the ball in the hand. That's Chaminda Vas. Good average, 30.61 rather. He's got 100. Stephen Fleming, and what he wouldn't do to have another one today. Here we go. That would have been pretty close. Late decision from Fleming. Left Astle a little stranded. And Marvin Atapattu, probably one of the better fielders, didn't miss by much.
Yes, it almost was an afterthought going for that, a direct hit. In fact, if he had taken a little bit of more time and lined himself up nicely, he might have well got that direct hit. So lucky escape early on. I can't help but get the feeling these first 15 overs are going to be extremely crucial, simply because of the variety Sri Lanka have in their attack. This is trouble. Big trouble. Was it this hunch? And New Zealand have lost their first wicket. There was never a run there. And what an important wicket. Nathan Astle departs in the very first over.
Well, he frustrated him, and Astle wanted to get away from the strike. He also wanted to get away and get off the mark, and that's just never a run. He's got absolutely no chance. Chaminda Vas, he's not even in the frame. He'd given it away, Nathan Astle, and he's such a key member for New Zealand. That's a big blow. 1 for 1.
Craig McMillan comes out to the middle. And he replaces Nathan Astle. He's not been amongst the runs of late, but still has just under 3,000 runs. That's taken outside edge. Sangakkara makes no mistake. 2 wickets in 2 overs. And New Zealand in big trouble. 2 for 2.
And it could have been more if they hit the stumps with the throwing. Just angled away from the left-hander. He had to try the ball before. And you see the angle of the bat there, just looking to run it away behind square, and all he's done is got a nice little faint edge straight to Sangakkara. And do they come back from this? Who knows? West Indies were 23 for 2 and won the game. And they're now 2 for 2, chasing 273.
So promotion in the batting order for Scott Styris. 52 matches, 712 runs. He normally bats at 5 or 6. And New Zealand have been trying different things with their batting lineup. They had Chris Harris batting at 3 in New Zealand. But this is why Starris has come out. Outside edge, nicely taken by Sangakkara. So a double blow for New Zealand. They've lost their openers and 2 of their most experienced players, Fleming and Astle. Again, he's got him. A loose shot there from McMillan. Clearly a shot of a man out of sorts. The Sri Lankans at this stage are cock-a-hoop. 3 wickets have been taken. And New Zealand looking down the barrel.
Yeah, they're on fire, the Sri Lankans. No footwork again from Craig McMillan. Just going hard at the ball. A bit of a cut to attention. Watch the footwork. Just standing. Not really getting to the pitch of the ball. Nice little edge. Sangakkara, I'll have that. Thank you very much. 3 down and in big, big trouble, New Zealand. 15 for 3.
15 for 3. Chris Cairns strides out to the centre.
Oh, great shot. Nicely put away on the onside. They'll look for 3 here. Dillara Fernando, he could get the ball in. Into the over, 31 for 3. Oh, that was outside edge and way over the head of Aravinda de Silva. Sort of 2 Aravinda de Silvas couldn't have got to that.
Yeah, but that'll only be still 5'8". A very small boy, isn't he, Aravinda? But let me tell you, if he got a fair bit of bat, that would have been landed outside of Bloemfontein here. And that's the first boundary of the innings, and we're in 11.4 overs. He winds up into it, right over the top. No, he needed a ladder. That's great camera work there to pick that ball up.
Oh, that's beautifully struck. Short, and picked it up so very quickly. Great shot. And that's maximum to complete this over. 47 for 3. So that great shot from Starris, taking him on to 30, and the score to 53. Certainly the type of shot which brings about some hope in the New Zealand ranks. Oh, once again, beautifully struck past the bowler. And that was 4 runs written all over it from the point it left the bat.
He's been struggling to line him up properly here, and now he's just starting to reading what he's trying to bowl. Here it is here, another change-up delivery. And he's got this big, heavy bat, and he just ploughs it. Oh, Steve Buckner was in a bit of trouble there. He had his eyes shut. He thought he was going to wear one for the ICC there, but fortunately it just missed him.
Nicely played. There wasn't a lot of width there, but he's made some good pace from it. And Cairns will get back for 3. Always a great contest, a hitter, a right-handed hitter against the top-class off spinner. Well, he's going to go upstairs, Steve Buckner, or he's going to ask. Chris Cairns doesn't look that worried about it, and Sri Lanka don't look that overjoyed. And Russell Tiffin is called into play. Okay, it's out there. The ball's in the keeper's gloves. He's framed and the stumps are broken there. And the foot is well and truly grounded behind the line. Well then. Sigh of relief.
71 now, the partnership.
Scott Starris has just brought his first 50 up in World Cup cricket. Very valuable rebuilding process.
It's not been pretty, but it's been very, very effective. High percentage of deliveries, just the one boundary.
That's in the air and taken. De Silva has taken a very important wicket. He's beaten Cairns in the flight. Cairns playing early and just chipping it back to the off-spinner. So an important breakthrough here for the Sri Lankans.
He'd be disappointed with that, Chris Cairns, but a very good catch by the KGL pro and Aravinda De Silva. He's bowling very well, bowling around about 58 kilometres an hour, bowling very, very slow, and he should have gone down the pitch and belted down the ground. He'd be very disappointed with himself here. That's a soft dismissal. And here it is here, just a little check drive and well caught there, and that is a big wicket for the Sri Lankans. And they'll be disappointed with that. Pretty good partnership too. And now Cairns is out for 32, and it's 93 for 4.
Luke Vincent comes out to the middle. Average of 24.9. He'd like to improve on that. Best score of 60. That's another wicket gone. Jayasuriya striking. Vincent departs, cutting straight to the man at backward point. Muralidharan, he doesn't miss many. So New Zealand have lost half their side.
Oh, look at the disappointment on his face. It tells the story there. It was short enough to hit, but he's really gone after it. Here it is here. Short ball should have been dealt with, and he just tried to hit it too hard and spooned it. And Muralidharan, he doesn't miss those. He's trying to get into this game. He hasn't got a wicket yet, and they're on top. So Vincent there, he's out for 1. And New Zealand are in all sorts of trouble at 94 for 5.
Chris Harris comes out to the middle with his side in deep, deep trouble. 94 for 5 the score.
There's the yellow worm. Well, it's got an anchor on it. It needs some floaties to get up near the white worm. Look at those dots there. Their wickets, they're really in trouble here. It just looks sluggish at the crease, the New Zealand batsman. Not getting down the wicket, down the pitch to hitting down the ground.
Well, he goes for the big one, and that's gone right through the hands of a deep mid-wicket. Kunaratne is the fielder there. That was going straight down the throat.
Well, let's have a look. Storis has made his mind up. Didn't get it at all. He knows it's going right down the throat of Kunaratne. He couldn't get himself still at the time of impact when the ball's gone in. And did that ball go over the top? No, it's bounced. Here it is. It's hit the hands. Nearly hit him right between the eyes.
Back to around the wicket for the right-hander. Now that is a fine shot. Good use of his feet. He hits inside out over the top. He knew exactly what he was doing. And first real signs of aggression.
Great shot. He knew it was falls right from the time he hit it. Down the... Oh, great technique. He said through it, and he said, well, no, I'll walk now. That's 4. One of his better shots. He's played very well.
And play a shot like that. That's a good hit. Straight down the ground. And it's cleared the rope as well. So second 6 for Storis. Once again, good use of the feet.
Well, we said to go straight, and he did. He picked out his target down there. And that's very, very good batting.
.128 needed at a required rate of exactly 8 per over. This is the time where you launch. You're either heroes or zeros. Here's Muralidharan. And that's a good way to start the launch. Wonderful shot. Storis moves on to 90. And maybe this is the time.
Certainly was a fine shot by Styrus. Just hitting Muralidharan just straight down leg side. Very unlike him, but well played. Hit it fine and picked up the 4 runs.
Bowled him. Brilliant piece of bowling. Absolute deception there. Now the big blow for the Sri Lankans, and a lot of experience for New Zealand is on his way back.
Harris never looked comfortable against Muralidharan. He was trying to get him away, but it was very scratchy most times. He was totally deceived by that delivery. Straight a one, never read it, and as you would see, just went through and played on. So that's a useful wicket for Sri Lanka. Harris goes for 13, and New Zealanders lose their 6th for 150.
It's brought Jacob Oram to the crease. 30 matches, 377 runs.
He'll get 2. And that will end the over. 165 for 6. Gets the single, and this is a very good 100. First in one-day internationals. And it's come at a time when the other batsmen are troubled.
Yeah, well played, Scotty Styrus.
He's gone. Muralidharan too good for Jacob Oram. Beating him in the flight, getting turn off the pitch, and Sangakkara doing the rest.
Soft dismissal, shower time for Jacob Oram. And he can go and reflect on a poor bit of cricket. He signalled that he was going down the wicket long before Murali let it go. Just that little bit of extra turn. Nasty past the bat for Sangakkara. And see you later. New Zealand in deeper trouble. The big hit is gone. 179 for 7.
Andre Adams comes out to the centre. Now you'll have some entertainment here, that's for sure, if he stays for a while. And there's one player who'll have a go.
And he's gone for the big one here, but it's not far enough. And eventually, oh, it's Andre Adams, sorry. I thought it was Scott Styrus, but it doesn't matter because New Zealand just sliding to a little bit of defeat here. It's a long boundary he's taken on and just provided a little bit of catching practice.
Yes, the shot was on. It was a shortest delivery from Russell Arnold. What Andre Adams really wanted was a little bit more elevation. It was struck powerfully, came out of the center of the bat, but it was a flat hit and couldn't clear a man at deep mid-wicket. Russell Arnold made no mistake. In fact, Mubarak making no mistake in the deep. Arnold getting another wicket, and New Zealand now looking down the barrel. 182 for 8. So Daryl Tuffy is the new man out there. That's a good strike. That is a very good hit. It's come right out of the meat of the bat and sailed into the crowd.
A slog sweep, very effective shot. And time to perfection. This is played absolutely beautifully. Right length, swung through the line. That's a huge hit because that's a very long boundary.
Well, an appeal for a catch. The finger has gone up. Another wicket goes down. And Sri Lanka 1 wicket away from a terrific win.
This is poor cricket. He just didn't keep his foot behind the line. It's one of the fundamentals of the game. You learn that when you play schoolboy cricket. I just wonder what happened. Did he overbalance? Just Everything looks right there. Look at that. He just... Yeah, it's actually a caught behind. It's come off the bat. That's where it's gone. Tuffy. Well, he marches off. He's gone. It's actually caught Sangakkara. Bowled Arnold 4, 200 for 9. Shane Bond comes to the crease. Number 11 for New Zealand.
Well, he goes for the big one and clears deep mid wicket. Another 6 for Styrus. Well, this was well struck. It was well taken by the man at deep mid wicket, but he had crossed the line. So effectively, that's 6.
Nice. There he goes again. This time he doesn't bother because it's over his head. Almost a carbon copy. He's just got a little further, Scott Styrus. So 2 off 2.
Well, that's a big hit, the second one. Deep mid wicket was just a spectator as the ball sailed over his head. That's well struck. Consecutive 6s. He's moved on to 130.
So that's another huge shot. It's a man under it. No, it's cleared the ropes by a good 10-15 yards. A lovely shot. Style certainly is turning this on. What a wonderful shot.
Well, he should get Fooker flyer points here. He's hit 6s to all parts of the ground here. 139. The highest score on this ground is 140 by Joe Surya. Look at him pin the ears back on that. He knows that. This looks like he's hitting an 8-iron.
Cyrus continues, but there's a man under his thumb in the was. Yes, he's picked it up, and that's the end of the New Zealand innings. And what a fine innings from Cyrus. That coming to an end, and Sri Lanka winning this encounter by 47 runs. A fine victory by the Sri Lankans. Cyrus, what a fine innings in the losing side, making every effort to try and narrow the gap, but it was not to be. So fine effort by the Sri Lankans, a very professional effort by them, and everyone making their contributions, although not in big terms, but a very good team effort.
Well, here's the wicket. A short pitch ball. He picked it up pretty early, but he just got under it a little bit too much. Chamandavas, this is a very good catch. Firstly, he's running, and he's looking right into the sun here, and he makes that look pretty easy. Very good catch. Gives it a bit of a kiss, and have a look at him. Their first win, Sri Lanka. They're on a roll here. They've got Bangladesh, Kenya, Canada. They should get another 3 more wins there, you would expect. And no doubt they're on the way to the Super Sixes. This was a huge game for them, and they've played brilliantly today.
Certainly was led by their captain, that fine innings right at the beginning, and they continued the good work right throughout. But again, the conditions suited them brilliantly. But Styrus, he certainly was the beacon here in the New Zealand innings. What a fine knock that was.
So the target for New Zealand, 273 in the end. They were all out for 225. They were never really in the hunt. Scott Styrus, the outstanding innings from New Zealand's point of view, 141 from just 125 balls. That incidentally is the highest score on this ground here in Goodyear Park. But apart from him, none of the others really got involved in the partnership. Chris Cairns promised in making 32, but otherwise nobody else really contributed. Sri Lankan bowling was spot on. Chaminda Bas bowled quite beautifully. He could have easily had a couple of wickets in his first spell. 2 wickets for Gunaratne, 2 wickets for Muralidharan as well, and Russell Arnold chipping in the end with 3 wickets for 47. So that's the story of the day. Sri Lanka being put into bat, made 272 for 7. Jayasuriya laying the outstanding innings. 120, his first 100 in World Cup cricket. Tilakaratne gave him good support in making 81. 3 wickets for Astel. He seemed to pull things back for New Zealand, and New Zealand in their chase. Bowled out for 225. Styrus making 141. Sri Lanka winning comfortably by 47 runs. And because of that superb innings of 120, Sanath Jayasuriya was named man of the match.
Yeah, things are looking good. We want to do this one first because it's a crucial game, the New Zealand game, and boys played really hard, and they want to do well this game.
So Sri Lanka, by virtue of the win today, get 4 points, and they're on top of the table along with the West Indies. West Indies beat South Africa yesterday and grabbed their 4 points. So South Africa, New Zealand have everything to play for. Well, that's all we have from Bloemfontein. It's good night from all of us.